You are tuned into the 5-minute signal. I am Vance Kross. This is not a broadcast. This is a frequency, a direct transmission from the bleeding edge of tomorrow delivered to you today. We cut through the noise, the narratives, and the manufactured hope to bring you the unvarnished truth. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get to work. The wire is white hot today with reports of a total systemic failure in the lower courts of the Eastern Seaboard. It started with a firm no one had heard of 6 months ago, a lean, algorithmic entity calling itself Lex Apex. They didn't arrive with a fleet of associates or a mahogany-lined office. They arrived with a server farm and a mandate for absolute procedural saturation. The news today is the official birth of high-frequency litigation. Lex Apex didn't just file a lawsuit, they deployed a swarm. In a single 24-hour window, they filed 300,000 perfectly formatted, legally sound motions against a mid-sized logistics competitor. Each filing was unique, each one required a response, and each one was generated by a specialized large action model for less than the cost of a cup of coffee. The court's digital intake system didn't just slow down, it suffered a catastrophic heart attack. This isn't just automated paperwork, this is a kinetic strike on the very concept of a trial. This matters because our entire legal framework is built on the assumption of human friction. The law was designed to be slow. It was designed to be expensive. That friction was the only thing preventing a total societal collapse into endless feuding. We used to call it the barrier to entry, but AI has removed the barrier and replaced it with an open throttle. When a machine can file a discovery motion or a cease and desist at the speed of light, the other side no longer needs to be right. They just need to be faster. This matters because it transforms the judicial system into a playground for a denial of service attack. If you can bury your opponent in 10 million pages of bespoke legal obstacles, it doesn't matter if you have a case. They will run out of money, time, and sanity before they ever reach a judge. We are witnessing the privatization of the subpoena, weaponized into a tool of corporate assassination. Isn't ready to admit, the rule of law is officially a legacy system. It is a horse and buggy trying to outrun a jet engine. The anti-hope here is that justice has become a function of compute power. If you are a small business owner, a creator, or even a high-level executive, you are now a target for automated harassment that you cannot afford to defend against. The courts cannot hire enough clerks to read the filings. The judges cannot process the motions. The system is being choked to death by its own protocols. The reality of 2026 is that the person with the most powerful GPU is the person who determines what is legal. Your rights are only as good as the AI you have standing between you and the swarm. We are entering a post-judicial era where the courtroom is just a data center, and the verdict is decided by who can crash the other person's budget first. You cannot wait for the legislature to save you. They are still trying to figure out how to turn on their cameras for the Zoom hearing. You need to move now. Step 1. Implement a binding analog clause in every contract you sign from this moment forward. Move your disputes out of the public courts and into private human-only arbitration. Explicitly state in your terms of service and employment agreements that any legal action must be initiated by a verified human representative and that no more than 3 motions can be filed per week. Create a friction-filled environment before the swarm even targets you. You need to make yourself an unattractive target for a machine that thrives on volume. Step 2. Deploy a legal sentinel. Do not rely on a traditional law firm to monitor your risks. You need a defensive AI agent that does nothing but scan public filings for your name or your company's tax ID. If a swarm starts, you need to know in milliseconds, not weeks. The moment an automated filing hits the docket, your sentinel must be programmed to file an immediate, automated motion for consolidation and human review. You have to fight fire with fire, but use your fire to force the machine back into a human speed bottleneck. Step 3. Diversify your jurisdictional footprint. The swarm thrives on centralized systems. If all your assets and legal entities are tied to one courthouse, you are a sitting duck. Split your operations across multiple jurisdictions, especially those that are still using primitive paper-based filing systems. In a world of high-speed automation, the most secure vault is the one that still requires a physical stamp and a human being to walk across a room. The law doesn't favor the right, it favors the relentless. Don't bring a briefcase to a server farm fight. I'm Vance Kross. This has been the 5-minute signal. Stay sharp.